Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. Ki Jai, Granth Sahib Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, welcome everyone to today's program. So, from today we have a long festival days coming. So, in our program, because we meet once a week on Sundays, so we are celebrating three very important festivals. Which is there. So, we'll be celebrating today onwards Lord Balaram's appearance day. Next Saturday is Lord Balaram's appearance day. I think everywhere in New Zealand, Australia, India also same place. So, and then on Sunday we will be starting our celebration for Janmashtami. So there'll be a class on Janmashtami and Lord Balaram's appearance day next Sunday, and then on the we will be celebrating Janmashtami as per New Zealand time on the Saturday night, 9:30 onwards, New Zealand time. We'll have for 3 hours where leaders, Sangha devotees, they will give the realizations on Shri Krishna Janmashtami. And at 12:30, then we'll break our fast. Yeah. And yeah, as per New Zealand time there. And I gather many of you will be doing celebration. So even in Australia, you'll do celebration for Janmashtami your own way. Well, have you planned something, Prabhuji? What is your plan?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes,
very good.
Prabhuji, we're going to celebrate here at our place. And we have some kirtan class and during the day, and in the evening we have programs together anyway. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Among-
So probably after our class, then you got how many hours difference? 3 hours difference. 2 hours difference.
2 hours, Prabhuji. Yes, 2 hours.
2 hours. So
Yes.
you'll be finishing at about what 10 o'clock or something,
Yes,
10, ten
Prabhuji.
thirty. Yeah, so
Yes.
you'll have 1.5 hours there.
We'll have
Okay.
kirtan of that time, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay. All right. And then for devotees in India, I think you guys are, as we discussed last time, you're doing some activities in Nagpur. You guys are meeting. You'll have a program there as well in Nagpur.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, we are planning to do program here. We'll be discussing with Avinash Prabhuji first about the details and everything. But the rough idea is there will be doing program at Srishti Mataji's place.
Yes. Sorry, where Sushima said, okay, that's your plan is there. Okay, that's fine. You can do things, no problem. Wonderful. Wonderful. And the next day will be the very important day of Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja. So, as for New Zealand time, we have planned, we'll have some discussions. We'll be doing um, programs together with devotees in the daytime. So, but we will meet in the evening with our regular Sunday program. Yeah, and we'll have a homages program with devotees at I think 4, 5 o'clock onwards. But daytime we'll have our own celebrations for Vyas Puja, Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja. So that will be coinciding around the time with with India, I think, because that will be just about the time to break your fast. Even if you don't do a big program for Vyas Puja. New Zealand again, you'll be just 2 hours before. So, but you'll have broken the fast anyways by the time. You'll do your own program there on Sunday for Prabhupada Vyas Puja. Do some program for Prabhupada Vyas Puja at your place. Do something it's very important for us. So though in India, in New Zealand, we've got everything planned up, very decked up for these days. All throughout we'll be very busy. So we'll be finishing one program for Vyas Puja and then coming here and doing a program Vyas Puja again online. So yeah, there is a plan that I've done. I had said, with the leaders Sangha that I'm planning something which will be very busy throughout the day. So the day there. Yeah. Okay. So now today we start off the program, the festival program of Lord Balaram's Transcendental Appearance Day. Lord Balaram's Transcendental Appearance Day ki jai. And in this program, today we'll be listening to Srila Prabhupada's class. It's actually, technically, it's not a class. See, Lord Balaram, to understand Lord Balaram is not that easy. It's a very technical. Okay. No matter how much you try to simplify things, because Lord Balaram's role and position is very, very important. Either we say as a basic thing that he is Krishna, but not Krishna, few things. But if you go more deeper, it gets more deeper. And it is very important that we also understand Lord Balaram and Lord Balaram's Appearance Day in a way, on his Appearance Day, that would benefit our bhakti, because he starts off all the festivals. So Lord Balaram Appearance Day, then we've got Janmashtami, then Prabhupada Appearance Day, then we've got Radhashtami. So today's class is not a class by Prabhupada, it's a dictation of Krishna book. So you'll find that it is recording, stopping, recording, stopping. It's not once you give a class, you're giving a class, So there's a continuation. He also continues the pastimes. So one chapter is over, then there is a music, and then next chapter starts. And there's a dictation. So when somebody is dictating, the person is not speaking in the point of view of whole class, whole audience would listen very carefully and in lucid way. Class is given, and it is for dictation, basically. It's not a class given. So mind you that it's about less than 40 minutes duration, and we'll be starting the dictation class now, and thereafter we'll see how things progress on it. We'll speak a few words about Balaram's Appearance Day, and we'll take it from there. Okay. As I said, it is not a class; it's a dictation on a dictaphone, which is recorded. And this dictaphone is for Krishna book, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from 10th canto, 7th chapter onwards, Srila Prabhupada's translations are over then, So that is why we refer to the Krishna book also. So our study becomes double of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. All right. So now we'll listen to the class. Listen very carefully. As I told you, it's a dictation. I'm again telling you, it's not a class. So you may have to listen very carefully what Prabhupada is saying. It goes tuck 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 dictation, and then stops. Next chapter, the music. Next chapter starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Music starts. Next chapter starts. That's how it is. Okay, Krishna. So whenever you're ready, you can start the class then. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
The following is the lecture on Lord Balarama Appearance Day, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb.
The Lord declared to Jogmaya that my plenary expansion, Ananta Shesha, who is now lying in the womb of Devaki, and because you will transfer him to the womb of Rohini on account of being forcibly attracted, he would be known as Sankarsana. On the other hand, because he would be the source of all spiritual power called Bala, one will be able to attain the highest bliss of life, which is called Raman. Therefore, my plenary portion, Ananta, after appearance, will be known either as Sankarsana or Balarama. In the Upanishad, it is stated, Na Mahatma Balahinana Labdha. Purport is, nobody can attain the supreme form of self-realization without being sufficiently favored by Balaram. Bala means Balaram. It is not that Bala means physical strength. Nobody can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength. But one must have a spiritual strength which is infused by Balaram. Or Sankarsana, Ananta, Sesanaga, he is the power which sustains all the planet in their different position. Materially, this sustaining power is known as law of gravitation, but actually it is the display, the potency of Sankarsana. So Balaram or Sankarsana is spiritual power or the original spiritual master. Therefore, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also incarnation of Balaram, is the original spiritual master, and the spiritual master is representative of Balaram, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies the spiritual strength. In the Chaitanya Chaitamrita, it is confirmed that the spiritual master is the manifestation of mercy of Krishna. When Jogmaya was ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in that way, she circumambulated the Lord, then appeared within this material world according to the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the supreme power of the Supreme powerful Personality of Godhead attracted Lord Sesha from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, both of them were under spell of Yogamaya, which is called Yoga Nidra. When this was done, then people understood that Devaki's seventh pregnancy was miscarriage. Thus, Lord Balaram, although appeared as the son of Devaki, was transferred to the womb of Rohini to appear as her son. When Gargamuni was so eagerly requested by Nanda Maharaj, he then performed the name-giving ceremony as secretly as possible in the cow shed of Nanda Maharaj. He informed Nanda Maharaj that this child, son of Rohini, his attitude will be very much pleasing to his family members, relatives. Therefore, he would be called as Rama. At the same time, this child in future will be extraordinarily very strong. Therefore, he would be called Balaram. But at the same time, your family and the family of the Jodhus being so intimately connected and attracted, so his another name should be Sankarsana. This means the Gargamuni awarded three names to the son of Rohini, namely Balaram, Sankarsana and Baladeva. But he carefully did not disclose the fact that Balaram also appeared in the womb of Devaki, but he was subsequently transferred to the womb of Rohini. In other words, Krishna and Balaram are real brothers, being originally sons of Devaki. While Krishna was engaged in his transcendental pastime, exhibiting his internal potency along with the supermost fortunate cow spoiled, there was another chance of his exhibiting the superhuman power of Godhead when his most intimate friends like Ram Subal, Sloka Krishna, all of them combined together began to address Krishna as follows with great love and affection. Will you kindly note that just near this place there is a big forest of the name Balarama. This forest is full of palm trees. All these palm trees are full with fruits, and some of them are falling down, and some of them are very ripe even in the tree. It is a very nice place, but on account of a great demand, a Dhenuka suit, it is very difficult to go there, and nobody can reach the trees to collect the fruits from there. My dear Balarama, if you like, let us all go there and enjoy these fruits. Flavor of the fruits are now everywhere spread. Don't you smell the flavor from here? In this way, and Balarama and Krishna were requested by their intimate friends. They became inclined to please their friends, and with a smiling face began to proceed towards the Talwar, being surrounded by all other coward's boyfriend. Balarama, immediately after entering the Talwar, began to jerk all the trees with his arm, exhibiting the strength of the trunk of the elephants. Immediately, on account of this jerking, all the ripe fruits fell down on the ground. While the fruits were falling, by hearing the sound, immediately the divan, Prabhupada, who was staying there in the corner of an ass, began to approach the place with great force and trembling the whole field, so that all the trees began to move as if there were occurrence of earthquake. Demon in the form of an ass first of all appeared before Balaram ji, and just moving a little behind by hind legs on the chest of Balaram. The first speaking, Balaram did not say anything, but the demon again came back and with great anger again began to kick on the chest of Balaram. This time Balaram immediately caught hold of the two legs of the ass in one hand and immediately whirling all around, so threw him on the top of the tree. Demon, however, while he was being whirled round by Balaram, lost his life. The palm tree on which the dead body of the demon Dhenukasur was thrown by Balaram was the biggest of all, but on account of the heavy body of the demon, that big palm tree fell on other trees, and in this way several trees fell down immediately. There was a great hurricane passing through the forest, and all the trees were falling down one after another. This exhibition of extraordinary strength by Balaram is not astonishing, because Balaram is the Krishna Godhead known as Ananta Seshnag, who is holding all the planets on the feet of millions of hoods. The whole cosmic manifestation is maintained by him. All the friends and associates of the Dhenukasur as immediately combined together and attacked Rama and Krishna with great force. They determined to retaliate and revenge the death of their friend Dhenukasur. Krishna and Balaram, both of them, began to catch them, each one by the hind legs, and exactly in the same way whirling them, killed all of them. All of them were exactly in the same way thrown over the palm trees. On account of the dead bodies of the asses thrown on the top of the palm trees, there was a nice panoramic scene, as if clouds of various colors assembled there. Hearing these great incidents, the demigods from the high planets began to shower flowers on them, began to beat their drums to offer their devotional prayers. This way, where all the cowherds, boys, and Ramakrishna were engaged in their transcendental pastimes, one great demon of the name Prabhupada should enter in them with a desire to kidnap both Rama and Krishna from their Krishna. However, although he was playing the part of cowherd's boy, still he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and could understand everything, past, present, and future. As such, on Puramasur's entering in them, he began to think of how to kill the demon, and while he was thinking so, externally he received him as a friend, calling him, "Oh, my dear friend, it is very good that you have also come to take part in our pastimes." Krishna then called for all his friends and then ordered them that now we shall play in pair. Now we shall challenge one another in such play pair. On this proposal, all the cowherds were assembled together, and some of them took the side of Krishna and some of them took the side of Balarama. And after this, they arranged how to play in duel. The proposal was that somebody would take other on his back as horse carries the master if one is defeated. The arrangement was made that in duel fighting, the defeated party will carry the victorious party on his back. In this way, they began playing at the same time, taking attention of the cows, and they began to proceed through the forest which was known as Mandirvan. In that sport, the party of Balaram, accompanied by Siddham and Bishop, became victorious, and the party of Krishna, held by other boys, had to take each of them on their back. Thus they reached the extreme of the Mandi forest. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, being defeated, had to carry on his back Siddhama. Similarly, Bhadrasan carried Bishop, imitating them. The Brahmasur, who appeared there as a cowherd boy, had to carry Balaram on his back. The demon Brahmasur was the greatest amongst the demons, and he thought that Krishna was more powerful, and in order to avoid the company of Krishna, he carried Balaram farther away from the place where they were to get down. The demon Brahmasur was undoubtedly very strong and powerful. Still, he was carrying Balaram, who is compared with a mountain. Therefore, while carrying Balaram, he was feeling too much burden. Now he began to assume his real form of demon. Just when he appeared in his real feature, he was decorated with golden helmet and earrings. Thus appeared just like the cloud with lightning lines over it, carrying the moon on the head. At that time, Balaram observed that his body was expanding up to the limit of the cloud, and his eyes were dazzling like blazing fire, and his cheeks were decorated with sharpened teeth, and his helmet and earrings began to appear like fiery brightness. Baladev was for the time being surprised by such appearance of the demon, and began to think himself, how is it that the carrier has changed his everything all of a sudden? When Balaram was settled up in his mind, and he could understand that he was being carried away from his friends by the demon to kill him, immediately he struck the head of the demon with a strong fist, as if the king of the heavenly planet strikes the mountain with thunderbolt. Thus being stricken by the fist of Balaram, vomiting blood from his mouth, and immediately the demon became unconscious and fell down, making a great sound as if a great hill was falling down, being struck by the thunderbolt of King Indra. And Balarama, so the great demon was thus killed by Balaram. At that time, all the cowherds rest together there, being astonished by the ghastly scene. They began to accuse Baladevji with the words, "Well done, well done." All of them began to embrace Balaram in great affection, and all of them were thinking that Balaram had returned from death. He said, all of them began to eulogize Balaram and offered their blessings of congratulation. Great demon Brahmasu, thus being killed, all the demigods and the heavenly planet became very much satisfied and began to shower flowers on the transcendental body of Balaram. They also began to offer congratulations to Balaram by saying, well done, well done. Lord Balaram visited that place. There was a great assembly of transcendentalists and a great sacrifice was being performed there. Such a meeting of the transcendentalists were planned for thousands of years, and when Lord Balaram entered the place, all the participants of the meeting, namely great sages, ascetics, Brahmins, learned scholars, immediately got up from their respective seats and welcomed Lord Balaram with great honor and respect. Some of them offered him respectful obeisances, and those who were elderly, like sages and Brahmins, offered him blessing by standing up. After this formality, Lord Balaram was offered a suitable seat, and thus all of them worshipped him. Every one of them in the assembly stood up on the presence of Balaram, because all of them knew Balaram as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Educational learning means to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Balaram, although he appeared on the scene as a Kshatriya, still all the Brahmins and sages stood up because they knew what Lord Balaram was. Unfortunately, Lord Balaram, after being worshipped and seated on his place, saw Romharshan, the disciple of Vyasdeva, incarnation of Godhead, was still sitting on the Vyasasana. He neither got up from his seat nor offered him any respect. Because he was seated on the Vyasasana, he thought himself greater than the Lord. Out of this foolishness, he did not get down from his seat and bowed down before the Lord. When a low caste male unites with a high caste woman, then the offspring is called Pratilom. Thomas and Sutta belong to the Pratilom family because his father was a Kshatriya and his mother belonged to the Brahmin family. Because his transcendental realization was not perfect, therefore Lord Balaram remembered about his Pratilom heritage. The idea is that any man can be given the chance of becoming a Brahmin, but if the man improperly uses the position of a Brahmin without actual realization, then his elevation to the Brahminical position is not valid. Lord Balaram, after seeing the deficiency of realization in Romharshan Sutta, he wanted to chastise him because he was falsely puffed up. Lord Balaram therefore said that this man is liable to be awarded the death punishment because although he has the good certificate of becoming the disciple of Lord Vyasadeva, and although he had studied all the Vedic literature from such an exalted personality, he was not submissive in the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Balarama thus began to consider, I have incarnated in order to chastise false persons who are internally impure but externally pose themselves as very much learned and religious. Giving of such persons by me is a proper action so that such persons may be checked from his progressive sinful activities. Although Lord Balaram avoided to take part in the battle of Kurukshetra, still because of his position as incarnation, re-establishment of religious principles was his prime duty. Considering all these points, Lord Baladev immediately killed Romaharsana Sutta simply by striking him with a kush of straw, which was nothing but a blade of grass only. If somebody questions however how Lord Balaram could kill Romaharsana Sutta simply by striking him with a kush of grass, the answer is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the word Prabhu. Either his Lord's position is always transcendental, and because he is omnipotent, he can act as he likes without any obligation to the material laws and principles. As such, it was possible for him to kill Romaharsana Sutta simply by striking him with a push of grass blade. Krishna saw all the trees overloaded by the fruits, the fresh twigs. They came down to touch the ground as he were welcoming Krishna by touching his lotus feet. Krishna was very much pleased by the behavior of the trees and the fruits and flowers and began to smile, realizing their desires, and thus began to speak with his elder brother Baladev as follows. My dear elder brother, you are the supreme of all of us, and your lotus feet is worshipped by the demigods. Now, just see how these trees, full with fruits and flowers, bring down to worship your lotus feet. It appears that because they have been put into this form of life of trees, they are trying to get out of the darkness by which they have been obliged to accept these forms of trees. Actually, these trees born in the depth of land of Vrindavan, they are not ordinary living entities. They are an account of their past life, quiet and impersonal philosophical point of view. They are now put into this condition, standstill life. Now they have got the opportunity of seeing you in Vrindavan, and they are praying for further advancement in spiritual life of your personal association. Similarly, the three species of life are obtained by living entities in the modes of darkness. So, the impersonally and wild philosophers are in the darkness, and in order to predicate from this darkness of light, your presence is taken fully advantage of. I think the drones who are buzzing all around you, they must be your devotees from their past life, and they cannot leave your company because nobody can be better affectionate master than yourself. You are the Supreme Original Personality of Godhead, and the drones are just trying to spread your glories, chanting every moment. I think some of them must be great sages, devotees of your Lord shape, and they are hiding themselves in the form of dogs because they are unable to give up your company even for a moment. My dear brother, you are the supreme worshipper of Godhead. Therefore, just see the peacocks, a great ecstasy, are dancing before you. So far, the deers are concerned, whose behavior is just like the gopis, and how they are welcoming you with the same affection. The couples who are standing in the forest trying to receive you with great joy because they have considered that your appearance is auspicious at their home. I think the residents of Vrindavan, even though they are trees and animals, they are glorified because all of them are so nice that they are prepared to welcome in their best capacity, because it is the practice of great soul to receive another great soul at home. So far the land is concerned, it is so pious and fortunate that it is marking on its body the footprints of your lotus. Kakus who are staying in this forest just welcoming you by their sweet voice. It is quite natural for the Vrindavan inhabitants to receive a great personality like you. The land of Vrindavan is also fortunate because on the ground you are leaving the impression of your footprints. The herbs, creepers and plants, they are also so much fortunate that they are touching your lotus feet. Small plants of which you are touching the twigs by your hand and nails, they are also glorious. So far the hills and the rivers are concerned, they are also glorious because you are putting on your glance over them. Above all, the damsels of Braja, the gopis, they are still more glorious because you embrace them with your strong arms, being attracted by their beauty. In this way, both Lord Krishna and Balaram came to enjoy the residence of Balarama in full satisfaction along with the cats and cows on the bank of Jamuna.
Krishna Balarama Jaya Krishna Balarama.
Jai. Lord Balaram's appearance in Mahotsav ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So I had to switch off my camera so that the video could be seen properly for everybody. No? Okay. As I said, it was a dictation tape with Srila Prabhupada dictating, and they were editing it all the time. So there's no break. So it was moving very, very fast. That's why I told you beforehand. This is how it is. Okay. So Lord Balaram, as you understand, is the first expansion of Krishna. Sarva avatari Krishna swayam bhagavana tanhara dvitiya deha Shri Balarama. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is a fountainhead of all incarnations. And Lord Balaram is his second body. It's very important here. His second body. Dvitiya Deha. Second. Deha means expansion of the body. Even yogis who has mastered Astasiddhis can expand 8 times, but not more than 8 times. Krishna expands unlimitedly. Okay. So here it is said, Sarva avatari Krishna swayam bhagavana tanhara dvitiya deha Shri Balarama. So Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada explains this point. The absolute personality of Godhead is primeval. Okay, primeval Lord, original, the original of form of all Godhead, and his first expansion is Balaram. So the personality of Godhead can expand himself in innumerable forms. Okay, so the forms that have unlimited potency. Now Krishna's form, there are many kinds. So again, I have to be very little technical, at the same time, a bit simplistic also. So in simple terms, Krishna's form, which has got unlimited potency like him, they are called swams. And the forms of Krishna, which has got limited potencies, those are living entities like us. So we are also part of Krishna, we are also Krishna only, but we are Vibhinna Amsha. We are the Jiv Tattvas. So anyone who is a Jiv Tattva has limited capacity. And it is from this Tattva that Shaktavesh Avatar appears. With a specific purpose, they may have some capacity. Krishna gives a potency. But for his own Vishnu Tattvas, it's unlimited potency. Yeah. Eka Iswarupa Donhe Bhinna Matra Kaya Alya Kaya Vyuha Krishna Lilara Sahaya. So here is explanation is given now. So they are both one and the same identity. Different bodies, that's okay. But the identity is also the same. They differ only in form. I say two different bodies, but he is the first bodily expansion of Krishna. And he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. So there are many points here. There are 4 points. So they are both one and the same identity is the first point. They've got different forms, the second point. He is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, third point. And he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Eka Iswarupa Donhe Bhinna Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Vyaha Krishna Lilaya Lilara Sahaya. Now Balaram is the Swam's expansion of Krishna. Swam is unlimited. Therefore, there is no difference in the potency between Krishna and Balaram. Same potency. The only difference is in the bodily structure. So as a first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is the chief deity among the first quadruple expansions. So there are quadruple expansions. Quadruple meaning 4. These 4 expansions have got 4 different roles. So Krishna has multifarious energies. If you remember, we discussed this during just previous lectures where Mayavad philosophy and our Vaishnava philosophy. Mayavad doesn't accept that Krishna's energy and Krishna are separate. They say God is one, there's no separate energies. Whereas we say no separate energies. So there are further expansion definitions of it. So if you understand our philosophy properly, you have to understand what Mayavadi philosophy is also, and you will see that because we have got this differentiatedness in the potency, there is a lot of nectar, a lot of pastimes are there because each of them have got their own different roles to play. So Krishna has got first expansion is Balaram, and from where the first Chaturvyu expansion takes place. There is a Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Balaram. The first expansion, Chaturvyu expansion takes place. From there again, you've got the expansion of Lord Narayan. And from there again, second Chaturvyuha expansion takes place. And then the third Chaturvyuha expansion. Now, why is it needed? They are all needed in different pastimes. The first is needed only in the Golok pastimes. Others in Vaikuntha pastimes. Others are Vaikuntha and the earthly pastimes. Okay, on the material world. So we don't need to go there. So then, at this level there. So the first expansion of Godhead Balaram is a chief deity among the first quadruple expansion. And he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. So that's what he does. He assists Krishna. Now that's why he's also called Servitor God. He's also God, complete, absolute. He's also called Servitor God. In another part, in Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Shri Balaram Gosani Mula Sankarshana Pancharupa Dhari Karena Krishnera Sevana. So 2 points are there here. So Lord Balaram is the original Sankarshan. He assumes 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. Okay. The Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. So it's a quadruple expansion. So the original Sankarshan is Balaram. And it is this Sankarshan only from here you've got the Purusha Avatar taking place. It will be explained in the very shortly. Okay. So he himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Lord Balaram is the original Sankarshan. He assumes the 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. So understand this point now. 5 other forms. आपने करे न कृष्ण लीला सहाय सृष्टि लीला कार्य करे धरियो चारिकाय. So he himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in the 4 other forms. So even in the material world and the spiritual world, the creation takes place to Balaram. Shrustri Adhika Seva Tandra Ajnara Palana Shesha Rupe Kare Krishnera Vividha Sevana. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation. Again, this point comes all the time. He executes the orders of Krishna, Lord Krishna, in the work of creation. And in the form of Lord Shesha, he serves Lord Krishna in various ways. Now, according to expert opinions of Vaishnava Acharyas, Prabhupada writes that the Balaram, as the chief of the original quadruple expansion, is also the original Sankarshan. As I said, from Balaram comes Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. Second point, Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. He expands into 5 forms. Who are those? Mahasankarshan, Karanadaksaya Vishnu, Gravadaksaya Vishnu, and Kshirodaksaya Vishnu, and Shesha. These 5 portions are responsible for both spiritual and material cosmic manifestations. You must understand few things. Karanadaksaya Vishnu, Garbhadaksaya Vishnu, Kshirodaksaya Vishnu. They are needed for the material creation. Shesha serves Krishna in various ways, Lord Shesha. So, although Shesha again is Balaram, but he's different from Mahasankarshan also. So each of these energies and potencies work differently. It will be more clearer as we study more. These 5 plenary portions are responsible for both the spiritual and material cosmic manifestations. In these 5 forms, Lord Balaram assists Lord Krishna in his activities. You see, so he expands to assist Krishna. The first 4 forms, the first 4 of these forms are responsible for the cosmic manifestation. So Mahasankarshan, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. They are responsible for cosmic manifestation, material world. Whereas Shesha is responsible for personal service to the Lord. So anywhere where Krishna is needed his personal service to the Lord Balaram helps, there's Lord Shesha in his incarnation. Lord Balaram as Lord Shesha assists there. So you see, Lord Krishna is as Mahavishnu, as Vishnu is sleeping in the causal ocean. There's a snake above him. There is Shesha now. He's there. Ananda Shesha. That's why he said, whereas Shesha is responsible for personal service to Lord Krishna, to the Lord. Shesha is called Ananta or unlimited because he assists personality of Godhead Krishna in his unlimited expansions by performing an unlimited variety of services. So as many times Krishna expands, like it is said that the waves that are in the sea, the number of waves that comes in the sea, those many expansions Krishna is accepting in this whole material cosmos. So many unlimited waves in the sea. So in every unlimited expansion that he does, Lord Balaram also appears in his different, all these 4, 5 forms, assisting him in the material creation. So spiritual activities he does in a different way, in the first quadruple expansion. So Sri Balaram is a servitor Godhead who serves Lord Krishna in all affairs of existence and knowledge. And Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also the same servitor Godhead, Balaram, performs the same service to Lord Gauranga when by constant association serving him there personally. So we say, okay, he assists. So what does he get in assistance? See, Krishna is very sweet, All the scriptures say Krishna is very sweet. His speech is sweet, his look is sweet, eyes are sweet, everything is sweet. Even when he lies, he's sweet. we lie, nobody likes us, but he lies, he's very sweet, man. He's so nice. Keep lying to me, man, We'll keep lying, no problem. When he steals, he's still very sweet. So everything, because he's absolute. So who would enjoy the most of his sweetness? The one who serves him. Correct? Like Radharani enjoys love for Krishna, the nectar of Krishna. Of course, she serves Krishna as well. She and Lord Balaram works together because Lord Balaram, he also tastes the nectar of serving Lord Krishna. That's why he does this. And the same thing Lord Nityananda Prabhu does. Sarva Rupe Aswadya Krishna Seva Nanda Shri Balarama Sai Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. See, Sarva Rupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda. So in all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. Say Balarama Gaura Sange Nityananda. The same God, Lord Balaram, is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaurasundar. Okay? So in all forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balaram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaurasundar. So these are the foundations on which our whole Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya understands Krishna and Balaram. So by the extreme glorious mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, next Sunday we will discuss this point about how Krishna and Balaram, how sweet they are. And then we'll discuss about serving Lord Krishna is so sweet. Okay? These 2 points we'll discuss in detail then. I think it's about, we'll complete this conversation here. And yeah, we'll take 2 minutes. I think we'll switch off the live stream and we'll come again with the beginners program. Is that okay? So if you have any questions, I think just hold off for now. These are a bit technical things. We wanted to start the festival. So we are prepared for the whole week. We can think about this, about Lord Balaram. Saturday we celebrate Lord Balaram with half-day fast. And on Sunday we meet again, Krishna willing. We'll discuss Krishna and Balaram. And we'll discuss then Lord Krishna's and pastime. So we'll not have intermediate program then. We will have 3 hours of program. Is that okay? Okay, thank you. We can start the live stream, Dr. Sharas. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Lord Balaram's Appearance Day Mahotsav ki Jai.